Hi, my name's Gabe. I'm CEO of Maxable. We're here to help homeowners, investors maximize their property. And today I'm joined by Ryan Jantz, who's one of the co-founders of Proteus Homes, along with his co-founder, Luca. And Proteus is really interesting. We've been partnered with them for quite a while. They really deliver excellent quality ADU builds to a lot of homeowners, investors who've used Maxable to connect with them. And today I'm going to ask Ryan a bunch about their building technology, which is Panelized Modular. As Ryan's going to explain, Panelized Modular sort of sits in the middle between sort of traditional stick-built custom sort of framing and full-on crane-in modular solutions. So I'm really excited to be here with Ryan today to talk about Proteus and Panelized Modular.
Yeah, I'm Ryan Jantz. I'm one of the founders of Proteus, along with my business partner, Luca Brammer. My background is custom home building. Been a custom home builder in coastal San Diego since 2006. My partner, Luca, is a modular home builder. And, we started an ADU business doing panelized construction, and that's what Proteus is.
Panelized Modular, and the company you started with Luca, Proteus, to do Panelized Modular. Can you contrast that a little bit? As if I've never heard of the concept before. Sure. Contrast that a little bit with traditional stick-built, and then contrast it on the other end with full-on modular, which is craned in.
Yep. Yeah. So traditional stick-built, which is what I've done for most of my construction career. You bring each piece of wood in, cut it on site, build all the walls, raise them up, it's everything's erected and cut and done on site. In our panelized construction, we actually build all the walls in a factory, and then they're completely assembled with the windows and electrical already in them. We bring them on site, we crane them and assemble them, kind of like Legos, I guess would be the best way to describe it, wall by wall, and attach them all together. With full modular, you're somewhat limited in the design and the style of home you can do, just because of what will transport on the freeway. Usually you don't see stucco sided homes. You also don't necessarily see 2 stories unless you're putting, a box on top of a box. So, you're somewhat limited with full mod. And so that's why we like the panelized model, because it allows us to build pretty much any size, shape, and style that a customer would want.
Yeah, that's such a cool aspect of panelized modular. You kind of get the best of both worlds, right? You get the speed and some of the efficiencies and quality control from a factory setting for building those panels. But then you also get the customizability on site of different sidings, different layouts, different levels of floor, different numbers of floors. Sounds like a really compelling solution. In terms of how should homeowners think about time frame for this versus a traditional design build cycle or a crane in modular?
Yeah, so obviously full mod is going to be faster on site, because you drop it in and then you spend probably a couple weeks doing all the utility connections and things like that, and you have a little bit of time prep in the site. I think with stick built, obviously it's the longest time on site because everything has to be done sequentially, right? You do the foundation, then you do the framing, and then you do all the finish and so on and so forth. With our system, the foundation and the framing happen concurrently. So while we're doing the foundation on site, we're building the wall panels in the factory and putting the wiring in. So it's kind of in the middle from a timing standpoint. Saves a few months over stick built. Probably takes a few months longer than modular.
And so that's timeline. What about cost ultimately? How does this compare when you think about the other options for homeowners?
Yeah, so I think it's a better value. We definitely have some efficiencies doing the factory built and all of that, but we also use a little bit higher end materials. We use engineered lumber so that our walls are perfectly straight and plumb, because that's important when you're trying to crane them in. So we spend a little bit more on the materials, but we do save on the efficiency of the build. So time is definitely the bigger factor than cost savings. That's where the efficiency really is at. We're still framing in the factory. We're still using the same quality of materials or even better quality materials. So the efficiency is in the time to the homeowner, not as much in the cost savings.
Ryan, could you tell me a little bit about that, the ADU that's behind you? Is that your panelized modular solution? And
Yep.
assuming it is, what are some of the dynamics? How many beds, how many baths? Why are they building this?
Yeah, so I think it's either a guest house or a rental. It could be one or the other. They haven't fully decided how they're going to use it, but it's a 2 bedroom, 2 bath, like 800 square foot ADU. It's kind of one of our standard just designs that we have. We did crane it in from actually the street down below, which was, closer, but it was still 125-foot crane pick, which is pretty far.
Yeah,
But yeah, we started 8 o'clock in the morning and we're done by 2. And we've spent a couple days just doing the little touch-ups, like fascia was what you saw earlier. The guys were just finishing up the fascia and stuff. And we're going to have inspection here and start to put the roof on, and plumbing's already done. Electrical's about to get finished up, and then HVAC. So it's going well.
So hold on here. You said in one day from 8 o'clock in the morning to 2 o'clock, you craned in all those panels.
Yep.
And did the panels do they come with windows and doors and other sort of fixings like that?
We don't put the doors in, but they come with the windows. Yes. Yep.
Okay. The doors just have a nice frame to them.
Yep. Yeah. So all the windows are already installed. So basically the only thing that's not installed is the plumbing and the heating and air in the panels.
And what about the roof? Is that also panelized?
Yeah, the roof is panelized. So those were all separate panels that we craned into place.
And what is the rough size of these panels? Are they 8 foot by 8 foot, or they vary widely, or?
Yeah, so our typical what we transport is 8 or 9 feet high, depending on the ceiling height, by 14 feet long is our typical wall panel. Our roof panels can get very large, 8 or 9 feet wide by up to 25 feet long, depending on the size of the structure. So that's our typical panel size.
Fantastic. And last question on that ADU behind.
Yeah.
Is that the foundation work and the utilities connections and trenching and all of that, that's done via traditional methods, and then you sort of build on top of that. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly. So most ADUs are slab on grade. This one happens to be a raised foundation because of the slope. But yeah, either slab on grade or raised foundation, and all the utilities are normal. So this is the front entrance to the ADU. They're going to use a sliding door as their entrance, actually. And this ADU happens to have vaulted ceilings, which you might be able to see. And then they've got some skylights. This is the great room. The kitchen is going to be behind those cardboard boxes there. We actually also, part of our modular system is, you see these crates, we actually crate in all the finished materials. So you have tile, electrical materials, the flooring is back there. Toilets, the skylights, everything is already on site. So we try and, again, be more as efficient as possible. Coming through, you have the guest bath, and then one of the bedrooms up front here. And then you have the master bedroom back here. And then you'll have the master bath through there, and also a laundry, washer dryer, stacked washer dryer in this unit. So that's it. 800 square feet. It's pretty nice though for 2 bedroom. It is the challenge. People hear panelized and they think, oh, well, is it like just like is it going to fall apart? Is it going to blow over? Is it like a mobile home? So that's one of the objections we face when we're out selling, is that, no, it's the same 2x4s that you'd have if we were just assemble it on site. We just do it in the factory first. So, yeah.
What are the other, that's an interesting objection. And I can see why a homeowner or an investor might think that, but it's pretty obvious from what's behind you. This is a very solid structure. Are there any other common objections that you hear? Like what are people wondering?
So for our standpoint, that's the biggest one. The other one is making sure that we can match their style of house or build the shape, or, can we modify our design? I think some people, again, when they think factory, they're thinking mass produced, all the same floor plan, all the same walls, that sort of thing. And though we do try and have some standards as far as like window sizes and door sizes that we try and maintain just for simplicity's sake, we're not limited to that. Every home is built to spec per, the design of that home. So we don't pre-build any wall panels until, we have a design from a customer. So, but that is, I think, another concern of theirs is, so how much flexibility can I move this window, or can I make this wall longer, or the bedroom bigger, and all of that's totally doable. But I think that's something they have in their head when they think factory built, that you're limited on that. So.
Yeah, well, it sounds like to both those objections, you've got a great answer and a really easy to understand answer. One, we're no more flimsy. We're actually stronger because we use traditional construction methods. And on the customizability front, we're factory built, but we're factory built to spec, and we're factory built in the way that your designer or our design team at Proteus designs or engineers. Well, thank you so much, Ryan, for coming on to Maxable and telling our homeowners and investors a little bit about Proteus, your company, and about this building technology or approach to building ADUs and other forms called Panelized Modular. I think people are going to love this. And if they're at the start of their ADU journey, come read and view more about this on Maxable, at our YouTube channel, on our website. And when you're ready to actually get serious about building an ADU, submit your information. If Proteus is the right solution for you, we'd love to connect you with Ryan and his crew there. But also if stick built or if prefab is the right solution, we'll help you determine that. So Ryan, thank you so much for your time today.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.